Hi, Flosstube. This is Lisa coming to you from the Pacific Northwest. It is Sunday, September 18th, 2022. I missed the first half of September somehow. This is probably my favorite month of the year. And September and October. And things got really busy. Yeah, okay. Last time I checked in, it was about 3 weeks ago, I think, maybe four, two. It was, but you remember it was about 2 weeks before Comic Con, and I was like, oh, con crunch, and all not much stitching and da 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 da, but I'll be back. Well, yes, it was con crunch. Several people did ask to see finished pictures of the dress that I was working on. Um, that didn't happen. I did not finish it, and things got a little stressful and a little blown up. I did get to Comic Con. That was fun, although I have thoughts. And yeah, I'm here now. It's just kind of like, wow. Brief life update. Comic Con was really fun. I went in support of one of my spawn and their partner. Their partner had a booth to vend in the artist alley at Comic Con, which is where people go and they sell not technically fan art because according to the bylaws, no fan art is allowed. Which, if you've ever been to a Comic Con, that's like mostly what's there. And that's what makes it so much fun. You can get really, well, I got this t-shirt. You poor unfortunate soul. This is for all of the haters who are just like, Armageddon, not a blonde, blue-eyed, not a, oh God. Heaven forbid we have just actual people and representation in our media. I don't care if mermaids were exclusively limited to Northwestern Europe and always had red hair and blue eyes or always had pale skin. It doesn't matter. Even if that's not historically accurate, but even if it was, who cares? This is the world we live in. Let's let everybody have a hero that looks like them. Besides, Cheddar Man, all you Brits out there who know who Cheddar Man is, 10,000-year-old cave in England, DNA proves that he had either very dark brown, possibly black skin, and blue eyes. So there. You got your white skin. Probably, if I remember the DNA, the light skin in Europe comes from the Neolithic and Anatolian farmers who came in, and maybe the Yamnayas who came in from the steppes. So it's not native people. Anyway, sorry, rant. I have been watching and really enjoying the Amazon Rings of Power series, and then I have thoughts, but and then the blow up about the Little Mermaid, which I don't really care about the Little Mermaid. It's not my favorite Disney movie by a long shot, but oh my God, the new Ariel, Halle Berry, is just, she's gorgeous. Oh my God, she's got some pipes on her, and the videos of the little girls, the little black and brown girls reacting to her, and the big girls, it's awesome. And so when I saw this shirt, this was just like, yeah, I'm gonna. This is just kind of like, get over it, people. And anyway, so I've been reading a lot and seeing a lot about all this backlash, and I've seen it before, and just like, really get over yourselves, people. Just get over yourselves. Europe was a backwater most of human history. Look it up. George R.R. Martin is wrong. Anyway, wow, sorry, I didn't mean to get off on a historical rant, but I won't read those books or watch those shows, because anybody who claims that a pure white Europe is the historical basis for their casting in their show is not a historian and doesn't understand history at all. And yeah, Europe was literally, it's where they went for tin and furs and timber, people. That's where all the great kingdoms in Africa and the Ottomans in Western Asia and the Chinese and the great kingdoms in India and all these other great kingdoms, we were an afterthought. Get over yourselves. Okay, I keep trying to get onto the stitching. This is just, I'm living, my spawn moved out. I blame it on that. And they moved out, and I don't have people to share these thoughts with necessarily right away. So then I sit down to try to record. And this is my third attempt to try to record this. And every time it's just like, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, okay, fine, we'll get it out of the way and call it good. But, yeah. So I have stitching. I have a finished object, not finally finished. I just haven't had a chance to get it and go pick up a frame. I have progress on a couple of WIPs. I have a new project kitted, but I'm not entirely sure I'm going to start on it. I had planned to, and then I realized the date, and yeah, anyway, more on that later. And I have some haul, most of it from Needlework Expo. I wasn't going to bite, and then I made the mistake of looking. Yeah, I went and picked up most of my patterns yesterday at the fabric store, which wasn't too bad. Damage wasn't too bad, but that's okay. You know, it's fun, and I'll have them, and if I don't want them, maybe someone else will. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you to my new subscribers. That's really exciting to see, and I just really appreciate you popping in here to share with me, to geek out with me over my hobbies and fandoms. Mostly, this is all cross stitch all the time. I do have a little bit of tatting to show you today, just because it came up, and occasionally a random rant. I'm a historian by training. I have a master's degree in history. I opted not to pursue the PhD, mostly because I didn't have the language skills to go into the field I wanted. But anyway, I work as an analyst right now at a bank. It's not nearly as glamorous as it sounds. I spend a lot of time looking at spreadsheets and reading people complaints that people write in. So anyway, yeah, I can really tell I haven't been talking to people that much, although I have been out. I mean, I got out for happy hour with friends. I spent last weekend at the convention, and yeah, I'll talk about all that later. Let's just get to the stitching, because how far in am I? Oh, wow, 6 minutes in. I apologize. Let's get to some stitching. All right, my first finished object is, and I don't have the picture of the pattern, but I showed this to you last time. This is my Scotland pattern, and I bought this just because oh my gosh, it's so depressing. 17 years ago today, I was either in Scotland with my very, very wonderful friend Mary Kate, and or on my way home from Scotland after a really wonderful trip there with my very dear friend Mary Kate. So I stitched up the Portland one, and I like the colors in this one. It looks really washed out in the frame right now. I don't know what it's looking like to you, but this is actually a really, really bright turquoise, and this is, I think it's not parrot green. I think it's like 165. So it is a little bit more olivey, but it's not quite as olive as it's showing up. But anyway, I finished this, so I'm just going to pop it in a frame, and then I'll find a place to hang it on my obviously maximalist walls. I'm so glad that that term is coming back. Not that I needed validation, but you know, I like pretty things on my walls, and I have more pretty things after Comic-Con. Although I was good, I bought artwork for other people instead of just for me. So that is my finished object. Like I said, I plan to just wash it and frame it in a simple frame, and then I'll find a place to hang it on my walls. I am working on, I got three WIPs I'm focusing on. I have some others. That's not it. I have 3 WIPs I'm working on. The first one is, this is Mirabilia's Christmas Elf Fairy. I bought the kit last year. I am making this to make it a stocking for a family member. And I've made some progress, although, well, this is where I'm at right now. Where's it? Oh, there it is. I'll put this behind it so you can see. So yeah, so I'm making progress. I think last time I showed it to you, don't leave your needle in the fabric. Last time I showed it to you, I only had a little bit of this done, so I've gotten all the way up here and worked my way down. Last night, I was sitting here watching A League of Their Own on Amazon Prime, which is really wonderful. You should watch it. And I'm not a huge sports. Okay, I have football on the TV right now just because I grew up watching football in the fall, so it just kind of is a habit. I'm not a huge sports show person fan. I just don't usually like them, but A League of Our Own is adorable. It's wonderful and very pertinent. So anyway, it's good. Last night I was down to like here with I had filled in down to here, and then I realized I was off a row. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Yeah. So I frogged all the way back up to here I think, and then I worked my way down a couple rows, and then I think by then it was 1 a.m. and I had one more episode to go, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put this away because obviously it is far too late for me to be stitching. Put this away, watched the final episode, and then I went to bed. Yeah. But anyway, so that one was supposed to be done by the 1st of October. I don't think I'll make it, but who knows? We'll see. Another one I'm working on, and is this kit by Satsuma Street, Night Owl. And I bought this, I don't remember, last year, the year before, and a while ago. I'm not working it on the perforated paper, because if you've watched me for a while, you know I don't like perforated paper. I just don't like how it feels. So I have this, yeah, it's all just kind of stuffed in here. I have Picture This Plus Barnwood in 36 count, and where'd that, there it is. So, I need to make myself one of those quilt block things, and I keep saying that, and then I keep never doing it. Probably one of these days I'll just look for one online. Anyway, so this is how far I've gotten. Wasn't nearly this far last time I showed it to you. Basically, all I have left to do is finish up the moon, and then doing the beading and add the sequins. But I like this. I think this will work really well. And then I'll just finish it in a circle the way they have it finished in the picture here. They just cut the paper. And like I said, I just don't like the way the paper looks when it's done. And so I'll do that. And it's about time to get out the Halloween decorations. I do have a few of my Halloween fall decorations out in the dining room. And then that can go up and join them. So that's pretty cool. And then the other one I'm working on is my, I had the picture pulled up here so I wouldn't have to fight for it, is my Galactic Galeyard, which I am, again, replacing the verse with Carl Sagan quotes, which I won't go on about because I know I go on about them ad nauseum. So I was, again, I think I was about this far along last time I showed it to you, but again, I had to frog it because I had dropped a stitch up here. I'd left out one of these, and so this morning I got it out to work on it, and I was like, this isn't, oh, okay, you missed one. So I had to take out a number of stitches here, frog it, come back to here, and then I finished the outlining on this Quaker motif, and then I'm not 100% happy with my spacing here. I don't know what I was thinking when I did it, but I toyed with the idea of taking it out, but I think I'm just going to leave it. If it looks a little smushed on one side, I'm just going to say it's a sampler and I was learning. Anyway, I just have to finish up. The next word here is red hot. So it'll be the sun as a red hot stone, and then I can do, I think it's the stars, a celestial, and I think that's all I get here, and then I'm going to be over here, so, and coming down, and I forgot how narrow this was, for lack of a better word. I mean, it's only, I think, I'm working on 30s, okay, so, sorry, all of these, I am working, forgot the fabric. This is being worked with the provided colors, which were whatever came with the kit, which I think they are crescent colors. These are crescent colors that I'm working on this one, and the fabric is 36 count Snowflakes, I believe, by Fabric Flair. Night Owl, I'm working with the provided floss from the kit on the Picture This Plus Barnwood. This one I'm working on Picture This Plus Mystic, 36 count linen, and I love how it looks, but I have also complained ad nauseum about the dark fabric and how hard it is sometimes to see my stitching. So, wow, I got sidetracked on that and I don't remember. But anyway, what I have left right here is just hot, red hot. And then, yeah, oh, the size of linen I'm stitching it on, I think it's only going to be 16, 17 inches wide when I'm done because I have a very specific place. Actually, I'm sitting here. Right up there. See where Madame Chantilly is? Right next to Madame Chantilly where that diamond shape is. That's actually where I want to put the Galactic Galeyard. So we'll see if it still works there when I actually get it finished. But that's where it's going to go. So it can't be too big. And if it's too big, I'll just put it on one of the other places. So yeah, so this one, I was over here on the border and getting ready to head into this corner motif. And then I realized I was off. So instead of stitching, I spent the morning frogging. Yeah, because I frogged all of this, and then I wound up frogging this and shifting it over a little bit because the spacing, like I said, I wasn't paying a lot of attention when I spaced it out here. So, but I still like it. I'm not unhappy enough with it that I'm going to go take it all out. and I think having the other one below it filled in will help. So that's what I'm working on. That's actually what I'm working on today while I'm waiting for. So anyway, so those are my current WIPs. And over here, I have another project kitted that I actually had planned to start this month until I realized how close we were getting to Christmas and that I just really needed to finish this. But the other one I have kitted is this one, which I bought a while back from Stitch to Modern shop, and this is Owl by Dear Suki Patterns. I just think she's so cute, and I have her kitted on, I think I'm going to work her on this, which is one of my fabrics of the month from Mystic Fabrics. It's just called Something Blue, and it just kind of looks like blue sky, and I think that'll look really cool on this. She'll just kind of look like she's sitting up against the sky. So I have that one ready to go, ready to start at some point. It did take me like 4 trips to the store to get one of the colors. It's this color, 3866, which when you look at the bins in the stores, it looks like 3865, which is a really light, like snow white color is the last one. And it took me a couple tries to realize that I was accidentally grabbing, because I can't get to my local needlework store during the week all the time because they close at 4. And then if I don't get in there on Saturday or Sunday, which I hadn't been able to, if I don't get in there on Saturday, they're open 10 to 4. And if I just couldn't make it during those hours. And so I was going into Michael's and Joann's, and I kept grabbing what I thought said 3866, but it turned out I was bringing home 3865. So I finally go back and I made an effort and I got the exact right color. I said, yes, I got home with it. It's kitted, it's ready to go. And then somewhere, this was when I was trying to figure out what to do about my projects for Comic-Con, and was I actually going to try to finish the dress, and and did I really want to deal with wearing a full wig and doing the whole thing for Comic-Con, and I was moving things around and shuffling and sorting, and I lost the skein of thread. It's just like, why? And so I went back again, and I bought 2 skeins of 3866, and I brought it home, and I made sure that I put one in here where it belongs, and I think I put the other one, I don't remember where I put the other one, but I put it somewhere safe, which of course we all know is a recipe for disaster. Yes, right? So anyways, I have that one kitted up and ready to go at some point. I have a number of owls. This is going to be the year of the bears and the owls, and so I have a lot of bear and owl patterns. I have, well, I also reorganized my patterns. I decided I didn't like them in the binders because it was hard to pull them out and look at them. So I just picked up these inexpensive craft paper binders off of Amazon to see if I like putting them in the magazine files. They're not, yeah, the craft paper magazine files, not binders. And I actually think I do. So, but I also have this one, mostly kitted. As you can see, I have a couple of things on there, and wow, I was at the store yesterday and I could have picked those up, and then I could have stitched this one to go with my winter bear. I'll leave that out because maybe I can call those. And then I also have oops, don't show you the pattern. I have this one, I have Sophia. Oops, I'm just like, this has been my week. Frogging, lots and lots of frogging, and then I have another owl. What other owl do I have? I have the winter owl. I know I have at least one more. Maybe I don't. Maybe those are the owls I have kitted up and ready to go. Yeah, maybe that's it. No, I bought, oh well, I bought more owls. So, yeah, so that's what I've got in terms of kits and projects, what I'm working on right now. I did bite on Expo. I wasn't going to, and then people just kept posting. I visited Instagram. I was weak. I caved. I bought patterns. Partly though, I found a pattern that I had marked on a wish list, and I didn't know where I could get it, and it popped up somewhere on a website because I might have gone and looked at the website. Anyway, it turns out there's another pattern store. They mostly do patterns, I think, here in my area, and I was kind of like, that's odd, and I went and looked at their website, and they're doing kind of heaven and earth design kind of stuff, but they're doing it with old art, like old European fine art pictures, and I am a little iffy on the copyright on those things, so I didn't want to do that. But then I was weak. They had this pattern, which I had seen, I don't know, a couple years ago and bookmarked because I really liked it, but I'd never actually seen the pattern itself available in the US. And so I got that one because I just think it's adorable. It goes with all my other Christmas bears. And while I was on their website, I just was looking, and instead of paying shipping, I usually will put whatever I want in my basket, shopping basket, if I'm ordering online. And then I will look and see what's my shipping charge and what will it take me to get to, if they offer it, free shipping. And a lot of times if it's close, I will go ahead and just, do they have any other patterns I want, instead of paying for the shipping. So I found this one, which I thought was really pretty, this little Christmas bell. I thought that was really cute. And then I found this one, which I think is a new one, Nighttime Owl from Tiny Modernist. I'm not a huge fan of the mushrooms and stuff, but I really, really love the owl and the moon. So I got that one. And then I also, because I have been eyeing it and I needed one more pattern to get over to free shipping, I picked up this one from Cottage Garden Samplings. I just love her artwork, and I really, really like this one. So I bought those. And then I had a list of patterns that I had picked out from the expo, that, not all from the expo, but I just was like, there's some patterns that I really like. And I am not a huge Halloween stitcher, as you may have guessed. I don't have a ton of Halloween stuff I'm stitching. I have a few Halloween patterns. I have Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow because my local needlework store had a completed version of it hanging up. And I mean, who wouldn't want that pattern when you saw it completed? And then you buy it and you look at it and you're like, how many lifetimes will this take me to stitch? I don't know. Too many. But so I didn't pay that much attention, but there were a few that eventually did catch my eye. And so one of the ones I picked up was this one, Autumn Cloche, which I think almost everybody picked up because it's beautiful. And also I like it because it has elements that you could pull out and maybe make individual small things from. You don't necessarily have to make the whole thing, but I like the whole thing. I picked up this one, Magpie and the Moon, because I like magpies and I like the moon, and it's really pretty. I like Blue Flower's small things. I have their Tudor Ermine and one of their spring ones from last year, and wow, the Seahawks are getting creamed. I'm really glad Russell Wilson is gone, but ouch, we're not looking good today. But then I also I wanted the bat. I love the bat. The bat is adorable. I've seen people wondering because they said the ear looks a little weird. It's like, where's the eye and the ear here? But I just think he's adorable. So I got that one. I picked up this one because I think this is another one that everybody was just kind of like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Trick or Treat, Cottage Garden Samplings. And then I really liked this one, Tiny Modernist. I didn't care as much for the day one, but I really, really liked this one. So I picked this one up. And last but not least, I saw this one, and I like some of the Barbara Anna designs, and it's very reminiscent of the Barbara Anna designs, but I really, really liked this one. I have artwork from GDB prints, which are really gorgeous, and in my bathroom I have basically an astronaut girl, and she's just gorgeous, and I thought this would be really fun to stitch up and put in there. And I'm also going to look for I need to get the Barbara Anna one where the girl has the afro and the hair, and she has like planets and moons in her hair, and I want to get that one and work it and put them all in there together. I think they may not stay in the bathroom, they may go elsewhere. But yeah, so that's my haul for Needlework Expo for patterns. So I have officially, I think in my inventory on Cross Stitch Plus, I think I have 160 patterns now, and I don't know that all of my PDF patterns are listed in there. So I have a few patterns to stitch, but you know, that's okay. I also picked up some tatting thread while I was at the shop and picked up another color of Krelnik that I needed for some other patterns that I eventually want to get around to stitching. But the fun thing is that I've finished smaller things, yes. I mean, Galactic Galeyard is going to be the biggest thing I've worked on in a while, but it's like that slow, steady progress. And when I see myself finish, and like my Pretty Little Chicago up here, and the moon pumpkins thieves up here, the Madame Chantilly, is it's getting through my brain slowly but surely that, hey, you finish things if you actually work on them. And so I'm feeling a little bit better, and then plus I narrowed my focus in terms of what I have kitted and what I want to work on. And just last time, or a couple videos ago, I don't know, I was stressing out. It's like if I get too many projects, I stress out. If I get too many things going, I was just kind of under stress last time. There were some reasons, but things have settled a little bit, and I'm feeling a little better about things and not feeling so overwhelmed. So that's kind of cool. And for plans, mostly there's two things. I am going to Nithya over at Daybreak Stitchery and Miriam over at Marroomy Crafts or Marroomy Designs are doing a Moon and Stars for PK Sal stitch along, and it's for the flood relief efforts in Pakistan. They're organizing it. They both have videos up talking about it, or you can go to their Instagrams and talk about it. And they ask that you make a donation, and they're using care.org. I don't know, when I went there, because they also are doing the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women Teens to Spirit fundraisers, and at the beginning of the month, I had budgeted, and all of my donation money went for that, and so then I just recently went to donate then for the Pakistan one, and the banner was gone from the care.org website, but I went ahead and made a donation at care.org as they requested, and then they're going to do a stitch and chat on October 1st. And also they're asking that you work on something with Moon and Stars. And I think this counts. They're Quaker Moon and Stars, but they're Moons and Stars, right? So I'm going to work on that. And then they want you to post in support of, because there's been just devastating flooding in Pakistan. I have not looked at the news to see what the status is now in Pakistan. I know a week or two ago it was just horrific, and it's a lot of their farmland that is underwater. So I'm going to be working on my Galactic Galeyard and posting on that. I'm also going to be working on my Christmas Elf Fairy, so I can get that finished. And that's going to be my two main focus. And then the little owl, the barnyard, not the new one, but wrong one. The Satsuma Street Kit. I'm going to be working on those three things for the next couple weeks. That's going to be my focus. And then after that, I don't know, because once I finish those two, then I'll have to figure out where I'm going from here. And so that's plans. I have, like I said last time, I have some Christmas sewing and stuff to do. So, but I did at the Comic-Con, I picked up some Christmas ornaments, so I don't necessarily have to sew out the machine embroidery that I was planning on for Christmas. But I do have some Christmas sewing, which is partly why I'm filming in here, because my craft room is set up for sewing, and where I put my computer for filming, and you can just see that. Is that the TV and my glasses? Nope, it's the computer. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that. Anyway, my craft room right now is set up for sewing, and I just didn't feel like moving all that stuff because I've got all the Christmas sewing to do. So yeah, and I think that's mostly it. I am going back to my Christmas, or my cross stitch group on Tuesday nights. I got things sorted out so I can still do that, so I'm very excited. And yeah, that's most of my stitching and my stitchy plans. I do have some other fun things. So if you're here for the stitching and that's all you're here for, cool. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I do have, and I hope to see you again soon. I have some tatting. I got sidetracked back into tatting, which, as I said, I bought some new pretty colors of tatting thread. And I have my Tolkien jacket, which I finally finished, and I'm going to show off that a little bit if you want to hang around and watch for those. Where did it go? It was just right here. As always, there it is. So my dad visited a couple weeks ago and brought up some Christmas ornaments for me to look through. and I didn't. They didn't. I not in contact with my family. Basically, haven't been at all. And then after my mom's death this past year, I've been in contact with my dad a little bit, and they were like, "Well, you have Christmas ornaments if you want to go through them." And I was like, I remember having big boxes of old antique Christmas ornaments, you know, from the, well, not antique, they're from the 1930s, 1940s. And those were what I thought he was bringing for me to look through. But no, he didn't. And I was just like, this isn't what I wanted. And these are all your ornaments for your tree. And our tastes have diverged rather spectacularly in the last 20 years. So I was just like, yeah, that's fine. But one thing I did keep from it is this little tatted snowflake. Now, I don't know if this is one I made. I think it's probably one my great aunt made. My great aunt who taught me how to tat when I was 7. And she taught me using DMC 80 thread, which if you've ever seen it, basically looks like sewing thread. And as you can imagine, I didn't get a lot done when I was a kid. But as I got older, I started doing more tatting, and I made one doily. I have no idea where it is. I never made another one. They take forever. I make Christmas ornaments if I do make anything with tatting. So anyway, I grabbed this one because like I said, I don't think it's one I made. It's very neat and even for something that I might have made at that, years and years ago. It's also, I just don't remember making it. So I can't swear who made it, if it was me or my great aunt, but I wanted it because I love the tatted snowflakes. So that got me thinking about tatting again. And so I picked up my tatting and I did this one. Can you see it? Just some thread that I had laying around. And where did my light go? I had sunny skies outside and it was pretty bright. I'll turn that on a little bit. Yeah, so if you can see it. It's kind of a greeny brown. I wanted to make it kind of as a spring ornament. And so I did that one. I did that one while I was waiting around at Comic-Con occasionally, and it has errors in it, but it came out all right. And then I wanted to work on some other things and maybe make some snowflakes. So my tatting books are old, and I was looking at some of the new ones, and the new ones are a lot nicer, but I did pick up this one. It's an old Dover. It's a Dover reprint for a little bit, and I've been, well, actually, no, that's not the one I'm making. Where's the one I'm working on now? Oh, I'm working on this one a little bit here and there. Nice thing about tatting is you can carry it with you. And since my crochet project that I was working on, this is my cheesy Christmas tree skirt that I just basically want a Christmas tree skirt. I don't really care what it looks like. And this was going to be if I had to go back to riding the train into work project, but I don't have to ride the train into work, and now it's actually gotten too big to carry on the train. I mean, I had to move it into a bigger project bag, and this project bag was also made by my lovely friend Mary Kate. She does good work. So it's really too big to carry with me anywhere, and so I just thought, well, if I do the tatting gives me something small, and I can make it, make an ornament, make it for me, I have enough friends, I could probably give it to somebody. Anyway, so that's what I'm working on there, and that's part of why I'm working on that. And as I said, for Comic-Con, I did not finish my dress. It was so much, and I know I was close, and mostly all I needed to do was sew the trim on the skirt, and then, sew the trim on the skirt, and then attach the thread loops, so I could sew the sleeves on the sleeves. And I just none of the friends I usually hang out with were going. Couple of them, one of them, her partner is immune compromised, and they're not taking any chances. And they did require masks the whole time, and I wore my mask the whole time I was there. But I understand why they weren't going. And then the other person I usually hang out with is my spawn and their partner, but they were confined to their booth for the Comic-Con. So I just didn't really have anyone to hang out with, and I just decided I didn't want to put that much effort and time into finishing something. And the idea, I was going to be going early because I was helping drive the spawn in. So I was going to be there very early in the morning and leaving late at night. And it was too much. And I was really glad I didn't, because, yeah, after we got there, other things happened. And everything's fine. Everybody's fine. It's just one of the, a living situation blew up, and we had to help a family member move out very quickly. And I couldn't go help. Because I was committed already to helping at the convention. And so, anyway, yeah, it was a fun weekend, but it was very stressful. And it wound up being kind of lonely because I just didn't really have anybody to hang out with. And I love going to the Comic Cons. I mean, I find wonderful things like, who does artwork for the claw? I collect these. I have a small collection of these little three-eyed alien figures, and I saw this artwork, and I was just like, it's so beautiful, it's so perfect. I need to put it in a red frame, and they had the same artist had the Rocinante, which is the ship from the Expanse TV series. They had a really cool picture of the Rocinante, and then I got a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood print from them. That's all the artwork I bought. Well, no, I got a little robot piece of artwork, because and then I got a couple of t-shirts, and I bought some things for the Spawn, and I just try to support the artists, the individual artists who show up. I really try. That's where I did most of my shopping, except for the t-shirt. But it just was really, really kind of lonely. And then I realized, I have a really wonderful cross-stitch community, and some of it's virtual. Hi, everybody. Hi, all my cross-stitch friends. But it's also local, because I can go to the cross-stitch group and hang out, and I would love to get another cross-stitch group going. So I have online and virtual friends there. I have my local BJD group. I have, doll friends there, and then I have other people. It's like, why am I putting so much time and effort? As much as I love to dress up and run around in costume, why am I putting so much time and effort into something that I wind up basically feeling very lonely when I'm done? So I just thought, you know what? I'm going to go low-key on the costumes, which kind of worked, kind of didn't, because I decided I'd finish my Tolkien battle jacket, and that wound up taking longer than I expected. But anyway, so that's kind of what I did. And so Comic-Con was fun, but I'm not entirely sure. Next year, the local stitching convention is around the same time of year, and I don't know if I'm going to maybe go to that instead. We'll see. I didn't even try to get into StitchCon. I hate that kind of hurry up and get in and then wait and get waitlisted. I just don't want to be, I don't like that. It feels exclusionary, and I realize they do it so they can, control their crowds and et cetera, et cetera. That's all good, but it's not my thing. So, although the one here, if you don't hop on it right when you find out, you gotta, you gotta hurry. But anyway, so we'll see what I do next year. I'm not entirely sure, and I'm still toying with the idea. I would like to take a trip. I would like to go. I really, really want to go to Spain. I really want to go to Spain, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, I feel like there was something, I was going to show you my token. So, I've talked about this off and on. I had it on a black vest because it kind of started life with a Sons of Anarchy homage, because I had a t-shirt that said Sons of Durin, Erebor. And then I decided I didn't want to do the biker thing. I just wanted to do just a battle vest, and I kind of wanted to do it in a 1980s, 1990s fangirl thing with a Stevie Nicks skirt and a little hat, and nobody got it but me. I had a neon pink and a neon green crinoline underneath my Stevie Nicks skirt. I had boots, I had the hat, I had the bracelets, I had all of it. Nobody got it but me. Next time I'm just wearing the jacket, and I'm also wearing the jacket out in public instead of saving it for a Comic-Con. So I took it all apart. Here comes the Tolkien nerd. What if Thorin and his dwarves were a band in the 1980s on a tour? So this is what I did. Thorin and Company, The Quest for Erebor, Third Age 2941. So that's the jacket. I've got Tolkien's initials. I've got the Yana Durinol, which is Sons of Durin, and this is the crest of Durin. usually just see it on the doors to Casa Doom, doors to Moria. Memorial patch. I redid my Sigan, where is it? There it is. I redid this one, sewed it out. I bought the Viking patch from Urban Threads. They're a really cool machine embroidery pattern site. I bought that from them, sewed it out in colors I like. Sigan Tarag means long beards. That's the clan that the Thorin and most of the dwarves in the company were for. Memorial patches, event venue, all the venues they played at. I really like that. And then Arkenstone patch that my friend sewed out for me a few years ago, and that's purely from the movie, but it's such a pretty design. And then I have Crack the Plates, Blunt the Knives, Crack the Plates, Eat at Bilbo Baggins' Place, Troll Shaw's Rest Stop Gift Shop. Try their famous mystery jellies, because if you remember, Bilbo was telling the kids in the fellowship they were trying to decide if they were going to eat us all or squash us into jelly. So try their mystery jellies. Find your bliss at Imladris Resort and Spa, because the elves are a little pretentious and smug, and that's kind of how Rivendell feels, right? And then the infamous Misty Mountains Fun Run. And then I did the Beorn one. I don't think worked as well as I wanted it to. It's by invitation only at Beorn's, and mostly it's just the bees. And I just didn't want it to be real loud because Beorn wasn't really looking for company. Addercop, Mirkwood Poetry Slam. Greenwood Winery, Thranduil's Subterranean Escape Room. Extreme Sports Barrel Rider, Battle of the Five Armies, and Thorin's Charge. I may redo the Battle of the Five Armies one, and I may redo the Addercop one. So this is what I wore, and I got some compliments on it. People in public look at me now and they're like, that's weird. Anyway, but I love it. I'm very, very pleased with it. The fun part is I wasn't alone the whole weekend. One of my friends did come for a while, and she'd never been to a Comic Con, and she stayed for a couple hours, but she's very much a hobbit, is what she said. She's very hobbity, and so she wants me to make one with hobbit patches, and so I'm going to make a similar one. She'll still get some of them. She'll still get like the main patches back here, but she'll, you know, in the memorial ones, but like instead of this, we're going to put together a hobbit one for her. And this, she won't have the Sigan Tarag, she'll have a hobbit thing here. And but the rest of it I think will be the same. And then on the front we'll do some of the same patches, but then some of them will change for her. So that'll be something I'll be working on this year, and I think that'll be fun. And then we can wear them together and, you know, show off our inner fangirl. Who am I kidding? I don't have an inner fangirl. I am a fangirl. I always have been. Ever since I was a kid. It's just, I've always been a fangirl. So yeah, those are the projects I've been working on. A lot of different things. And yet I'm still managing to get some cross stitch done, which is really cool, because I just, as much as I love working on the other things I have, I really am enjoying, you know, the cross stitch is just fun. It's something I can sit down and, well, I have to think a little bit, as the recent visits from the frog prove, but it's just really a fun place to park my brain, and it's such a wonderful community. You all are just such wonderful, wonderful people. I really love this community. So let's see. I think there were a couple of other things, but you know what? I'm almost at 45 minutes, and that's a bit long for me. So I think I'm going to call this good. I hope I see you again soon. I hope you're all well and your family is well. And I hope there's no forest fires, smoke, or, you know, no flooding, drought, whatever. If you haven't registered to vote, please do so. Please register to vote. It's very important that people vote. In the U.S. Yeah, we have a lot of elections. We were talking about that yesterday. I was talking about that yesterday with a couple of friends who were over, and they were like, we have a lot of elections, just so many elections. I'm like, yeah, we kind of do, but you know, they're important. So please register and vote. And I hope you're all well. I hope you can find some happiness in your and enjoy your stitching, and I will talk to you again soon, I hope. Bye.